But moving swiftly on, we have Bread versus Rio.
Right. I mean, this is an interesting matchup. You know, Ermac and Tanya.
Is it 100% guaranteed that Rio's going to be going Tanya? Because I've not seen him play anyone else today.
I think so. I think he's going to go Tanya.
But I just
you
know
never know. He's got a bag of tricks. That's for sure.
That's it. I know what this guy's capable of. I know the characters he plays, but we've not seen him yet. But you know, he has been in some clutch, you know, on the skin of his teeth of losing situations, and he's stuck with Tanya. So I would assume he's going to be sticking with her through and through.
Exactly. Yeah. If he was gonna change at any point, he probably would have already changed.
He says favorite fighter Aaron Black. That's just one of the characters that he can play.
And then of course we've seen him. You know, right out the gates, he played a lot of Quan Chi.
Yeah, Quan Chi. We saw. Big D going for that.
That was for you.
I love it. I respect that. Thank you, Big D. EVB, Big D as well. So again, huge shout-outs to EVB for, you know, giving this guy sponsorship, doing really well in his first offline tournament since then. Obviously, managed to bag himself this far in the losers bracket, but we are approaching a point where it's between 4th place and losing. Obviously, top 4 payout. Someone's got to lose. Someone's got to come 5th.
Yeah, like we said, the heartbreaking placement there, 5th place. But I have to admit, I sincerely underestimated Big D today.
I don't want to say everyone did, because I don't want to make it sound like people were sleeping on him as such. However, you know, he did come here through consistency. He didn't win any of the weeklies, but it was through consistency. But this is showing that consistency alone is all you need to be a good player, to be a top-level player, where you can come offline and take it to some of the best players in the world. We have some of the best players from all across the globe here today, and Big D has taken it to him. We saw him obviously fight Nivek, Greece's, you know, best player, as well as countless good sets today. And over the weekend, just in casual sets alone, this guy is here and he's serious business.
Classic Ermac.
Round 1.
Make sure you guys at home get your predictions in, stand a chance to win those Razer Aatrox sticks and those Kraken headsets for Xbox One.
You're just starting off with a throw.
Oh, there's the meter, because it cost him a bar, but he still manages to get it. And just a low, good string. I mean, 17% damage for a string alone, that's not bad. Kind of reminds you of the Cassie Cage, the overhead string doing like 18% by itself. So you think, oh, he's not committed to it special, but it still hurts.
Playing real conservative here.
A Big D just playing patient.
Yeah, he's just kind of. It looks like he's just trying to bait something out from Tanya.
There's the overhead. I mean, this is what I like to see from him. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, please, by all means.
Oh, delays the wake up. Wonderful acknowledging for Big D as well. But
good jump back there.
This is what I like to see from Big D. Knowing the 50-50s, yes, they're unsafe, but he just goes for him sometimes. I mean, what we saw against Sonic Fox, and what unfortunately lost in both matches in that set, was throwing out meter band teleports in the neutral. If they were 50-50s, then at least you've got the mix-up and the guess behind it. If it's just a teleport, then obviously that's not going to do too much for you.
Wow.
And Rio, again, just chipping him down.
Rio is ridiculous.
Comeback king today. I mean, in the losers bracket as well, this is where to do it.
Absolutely.
Down one doesn't quite confirm, but still manages to get the knockdown. Oh, caught down 3.
I mean, up to this point, I mean, Big D has definitely given Sonic Fox the most trouble.
Absolutely, but you know, if he wants to get his run back, he's got to go through YOMI Rio.
What a nightmare to have to run through this losers bracket. It's just ridiculous.
I mean, a lot of the time it's, well, I'm in losers bracket, safety net's gone, but it's time to bring it. But then you're bringing it against everyone else into the losers bracket.
Who has the same frame of mind.
Oh, catches good low. But look at the health, dead even right now, dead even. It's chip damage.
Even the meter's pretty darn close. Well, until then.
Commentator's curse.
Of course. Of course.
On the code, once again, I want to see the stage brutality. Oh, catches a jump kick.
I should say, you should probably say that you don't want to see it, and then...
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Oh, catches it. Hasn't got 3 stocks. We can't get the recapture.
So very smart by Rio to go in there because he doesn't have to respect the soul ball.
Okay, hold on. This is almost guaranteed chip situation. Manages to get out. Oh, jump kick teleport.
What a conversion.
Wow,
what
Big D.
Could this end it?
Whoa, what was that?
Wow. This dude. Hey, but, I mean... If you think, in Mortal Kombat 9, he played Nightwolf, which nobody played. It was a very hard character to play, and now with Ermac is really strong in this game. So he's obviously developed some amazing fundamentals, which he's been showing off today.
I was already writing that match off. I was saying, nah, chip damage, this one's done, and then that combo. Crazy stuff. Ooh, delays it. Down 1 low string. 0 on block. Oh, wow. Rio challenges with another one. Oh, wonderful bait on the teleport.
Punished hard, yeah. He's in the corner. This is not looking good for Big D.
35% damage.
Corners himself,
and that was before the drop.
Wow.
Rio manages to bag himself game 1. One
I
match
imagine
away.
we're going to see a fatality.
Of course we are. It's Rio. We're going to see a
Rio.
fatality. Of course we are. And it's the I'm going to walk through you fatality.
Literally.
There wasn't a hole through you, now there is, and I fit through it. And Ermac is dead. Big D obviously, you know, contemplating what to do. I mean, obviously, I don't think we're going to see him go for a different character. I know he plays a really good Jason Voorhees.
Yeah.
But it's a question of whether does he bring it out in tournament?
Like how... I mean, I suppose it depends on how like helpless he feels right now. Like if he feels like he did everything right and he still lost the match, he's, you know, he probably is going to consider switching characters. However, if he's thinking right now,
character selects. I think this is the decision. It's I've got potentially 1 game left in this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he's just taking a breath though. I would love to see a character switch just because I love that.
His Jason is tremendous, but he hasn't used it today. So how ready is he to switch at this last minute? Or does he stick with his guns? Obviously,
against someone like REO.
Ermac got him here. Will Ermac be his final character in this tournament? Obviously, like this is where you take the time to decide it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I definitely respect going to the character select screen, taking a minute. This is actually a run back from week 2.
Is it really?
In our weekly, yeah. Bread got to the finals, played REO, and lost.
This is the time to come back. This
Yo,
is the time.
He has some intensity on his face right now. I love it.
Okay, this guy's playing out of his mind today. This is the best I've ever seen him play competitively.
I 100% agree with that.
But he's against REO. He has to beat REO in 2 more games. And when is REO not ready?
He's reading a novel right now.
Sticking with Master Souls Ermac. I like it. Sticking with his guns. REO bags first hit.
Great start by REO here. Oh, corners himself though. Has to break.
Good break from Big D. Either basically, if he didn't break that, that's conceding the round, and that's putting yourself at match point immediately. But REO still with the aggression.
Man, the pressure. It's got to be difficult for Ermac to deal with.
Counter poking from REO. Going off the down 3. Good on block. Oh, there's a ground slam. Oh, there it is. That's the Ermac.
And beautiful conversion there.
Going for just for damage here. Just for damage. 40%.
Wow.
Ouch.
Yeah.
That hurts.
Ermac definitely hits like a truck.
Like a bread truck.
I knew you were going to do that. I thought about it too.
Match point, YOMI REO. Just like this, looking to advance. He'll have to fight the winner of Lara, Perfect Legend. But Big D not out yet, but he has a mountain to climb, especially if REO gets the first hit and still continues his corner pressure. How much damage is he going to look for here? Dropped this last time, we'll see the same. 35%, ouch. That hurts. There's a trip guard. REO paying attention right now, letting nothing go unpunished.
Oh, air solo, I love it.
Good read.
He's so good at that. He just always throws him like right at the perfect height.
Again goes to just the knockdown pressure, 34% damage. Oh wow, I love it, I love it. Just thinking he's going to go for crossbow last minute. That would have been a really good situation for him to be in. This is bad for Big D. No breaker available. Once again, chip damage territory. And that will be it.
And I mean, it's definitely unfortunate that Brett is out of the tournament right now. However, like we said, he played out of his mind. He put on an amazing show for us today. He was an absolute pleasure to watch.
Huge congratulations to Brett for making it this far in this tournament. Played out of his mind today, but YOMI's REO will advance on into the loser's bracket where he'll have to fight the winner of Lar and Razor Perfect Legend.
Oh man, Lar versus PL is going to be amazing.
The hard matches just don't stop, do they?
No, I mean, this deep in the bracket, I mean, every match is terrifying. Let's be honest, you know?
Yeah, in some tournaments you might win a match and go, oh, all right, there we go, I can breathe now. Then you see who your next opponent is. This is one of those tournaments.
Not today, man. Yeah, not today.
This is the compliment. This is the one.
That saved him, yeah, that saved him that round.
Right here, I said, that's it. Match is done. Match is done. And then we saw that.
But, I mean, REO just such a smart player, and he just applies pressure just perfectly.
Just taking full advantage of Kobujutsu Tanya as well. Obviously, this guy's put serious time into it. I mean, again, across all variations, I've seen him play Pyromancer, I've seen him play Dragon Naginata, but Kobujutsu is where he's really found his comfort zone.
He enjoys the character. And definitely to talk about some of these matches, we are going to hear a few words from your brother, and of course, Mr. Josh Gray.
Wonderful.
Thank you, gentlemen. I am joined by Ryan Neal. Ryan, a little bit more goodbyes to some of the EU folks, especially Foxy Grandpa earlier on, losing to REO, but a great run for a Foxy Grandpa representing well the United Kingdom.
Well, there's no doubt about it. I mean, I'm really happy about all the European guys. I mean, I was really kind of hoping deep down, as I'm sure you guys understand, you know, for it to be, I guess, more diverse as it went on, because obviously we have some really good European players here. The guys that were eliminated later on, like Foxy and like Madden, you know, last round, last game, as close as it gets. But, you know, you have to give it to the American players. They clutched it through. They proved why they are, you know, so amazingly strong offline players. to sort of keep it together in tournament and just pull through on the other side. You know? Good days to them.
I'm very confident that every American player here and all the Americans watching right now are surprised by the talent we have seen from Europe, and that talent's going to continue to grow as they are more experienced facing international players here in the U.S. Moving on, your travel schedule throughout this entire season was pretty crazy because not only were you commentating for the European League for ESL, you were also visiting different tournaments around Europe. What was that like?
Well, it wasn't just the ESL Cup that we were casting throughout the week. It was pretty much almost like for 2 months straight where we were traveling to a new country every weekend to cast the Mortal Kombat Cup. It was pretty nuts, but the good thing about that was, you know, we had the chance to go to so many different countries around Europe and play with all the best players around the world, you know, around that area of the world. And it was a great experience for the two of us. You know, we are commentators through and through at the moment. You know, there's no doubt about it. But the competitive edge, we always want to play the best players. Like, you know, even if it's just in casuals before the tournament, we want to get as many games in as possible. And the guys are, you know, they accommodated that very well.
Now, no Cyrax and Sector in Mortal Kombat X.
There isn't.
What was your process like of finding the fighter that really spoke to you, and the same process for your brother?
Well, I think I can speak on behalf of Mustard here, where I say that Cyrax and Sector in MK9, and even elements of Mortal Kombat 3, where we started, really shaped the way that we were as fighting game players and the characters that we liked to play. So when Cyrax and Sector weren't in the game, and we realized that, we kind of just realized, well, we've developed a style now. So what characters in the game speak to us in that sense? And obviously that's how I found Quan Chi. I like characters that can't get out of the corner. It's brilliant. And obviously you've got Mustard, who, you know, Shinnok sort of speaks to him in certain areas that Cyrax let him play. Shinnok lets him do a similar thing.
Now, in terms of the differences of the United States players and the European players, do you see a lot of style differences between the two? Is it more of an individual basis?
I feel like America presses a lot more buttons. There's a lot of situations where, you know, if something's guaranteed, they're doing it, you know, they're gonna go in for it. I think the general quality, like, it's not like night and day, as it were. It's not that, you know, clear cut dominates the other side of it. It's there's a lot of sort of more balance there. Obviously, America have pulled through really well today. Obviously, we have EVO next week, where there will be a bunch of Europeans and more international competition there. So that'd be really interesting to see. But I think across the board, America just. The reality is they just have so much more experience in the constant tournaments, the constant offline events, and the pressure, which, you know, as a fighting game player, it's not just the execution, but it's how to deal with the live crowd where half of them might be rooting against you or for you.
Well, great job to you and your brother commentating over in Europe, and also a special shout out to the Russian team as well. We're going to take a break. When we come back, the end of the losers bracket, and then the winners bracket final, the losers bracket final, the Predator tag team show match, and finally the grand final. Stay tuned. You're watching the ESL MKX Pro League Season 1 finals presented by Xbox.